What's up, guys? This is Ray Bain. Usually I do interviews, but on this channel we're doing chess. In particular, we're gonna do chess puzzles where we solve 3 puzzles. Let's get started. This is the first one. And basically, you can pause the video, see if you can figure it out, but I'm just gonna explain the board setup, and then we are going to solve the puzzle. So, pretty much what I see is rooks, queen, kind of the bishop. They're all kind of eyeing this king, right? So there's a mate is looming. This guy's useless. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. And this guy, I mean, like, he can put me in check. So just to check some counterplay, right? I'd like to, eventually, I want to make sure he can't get me in perpetual, make sure there's no forks, nothing he can't force any trades. So that's kind of like my general thought process when solving this puzzle. Now, the very first thing I do is I look for pretty much the most ambitious move. Like, what would be the coolest move to pull off, right? The coolest combination. And for me, nice little nice little rook sacrifice. And if he takes, then it forces check. So he either has to move or he has to take. So when he does this and he takes, if I put him in check again, that seems like the only way. Can't go here, so he has to go there. And then from here, can I go in? This? No, because it's covered. I also was looking at a potential fork, but because this isn't protected, I kind of like ruled that out. Not completely, because as the position moves on, things can always change. So because of this, didn't really see anything. And so I kind of ruled that out. Another thing would be just like a slow move, just h3. Of course, he can put me in check. I can move, and then he doesn't really have too much. But then he just does this, right? And yeah, I can like maybe sacrifice a queen or the rook. He takes, then I go in, he moves. And that looks cool, but it's slightly unclear. I'm not going to rule it out completely because it still looks winning to me. But for now, okay, let's just say he doesn't even do this. Let's just say he goes like that. All right, let's do a queen sack, and he moves here, and then now this queen's over here, getting attacked. I can't really put him in check again, so it's not going to be bad. So let's try that again. Just to double check. He moves. Yeah. So if he moves, I'm kind of screwed, right? Because this moved, I can't get checkmate. If I did the same thing, but then I did a rook sack, same thing. Maybe I go here. There. I just can't get to this guy, right? So he runs away. He runs free. So those got ruled out. And the Almighty, what's up? So if I sack the queen here, then pawn takes. This file's opened up, but how do I get this guy in check? I think it's still something. It's not completely. I can't see the end, right? So the answer, I guess I'll just tell you, is basically you sack the rook, but on the G file. And after he takes, you put him in check, you go like this, he has to move, here is mate. And from this one, it's just real clear. And he has to take because this is mate right here. This is a new mouse, so I got a whole bunch of inaccurate arrows. Bear with me. And Almighty. So I was going over the battery. If he does this, and I take, and he moves, here, he runs away. I can't put him in check anymore. And so because he doesn't have to take back. That's the only issue. Right? You can just move. But yeah, so this is the answer. Rook to f7, take, check, here, mate. That's the puzzle 1. That one I got wrong this morning, but I didn't really entertain this one as an idea. So let me see. Oh, from H4 to G4. Here. Yeah, it could be something. Because if I don't know. But the fact that this is just mate, I kind of like stopped calculating. But this is the puzzle 1. Alright, here's puzzle 2, white to move. And then, again, this is on YouTube, so pause the screen. See if you can figure it out. But now, I'm just going to explain the board. Basically, you got this pin. This guy's hanging. This guy's pinned. This guy's protecting, so something to be aware of. King's slightly exposed, so it's a very you gotta play energetically. This king here, be careful of forks and potential. For example, like if I go here, he can just trade off, and then that kind of ruins the attack. I'm down a piece. Something to be aware of. So, what was the answer to this one? What'd I do? Okay, so one thing to be aware of are these pins. I think that's the most important thing. Of course, I'm looking at other possible things I could do, but for the most part, this is my main focus. This is what gets the tingling, the tactic senses going off. Here I thought of, but of course you can trade off, and then you kind of screwed. Here he takes, and I can't take back because then he just takes, right? So this is protected, so if I just take, I was calculating this, he moves, but then I trade, I'm still down a piece by the end of it. I'm just trading pieces. So how do I avoid trading at the same time kill this guy, right? And, or at least be up a piece. So the answer is Almighty, you got it. Rook C1. Can't take, or he can't move, and can't take because he's pinned. And if he takes the queen, nice little checkmate. This is a lot easier than the first one, but it's a nice little puzzle. Last one. Numero trace. So, last puzzle. White to move. Pause the screen, blah, blah, blah. And this one's cool. Alright, so let me explain the board. Basically, you got a whole bunch of pieces around the king, so checkmate's looming. You got a couple defenders. This guy's here. These guys not doing too much. This is pretty much hanging to an extent, but is not really, because you can get checkmate if this guy moves. So that's something to be aware of, is we're eyeballing checkmate. X-ray. If he takes right here, boom, that's checkmate. So they're kind of frozen. So safe. So the knight's okay. Knight's doing all right. Here's this. Okay, and Almighty, let's see what you got. You only get one chance. Alright, so for notation, N is for knight. K is the king. But I get what you're saying. So here, if he moves, then what are you gonna do? Because I was thinking about that. Okay, you can get a perpetual eventually. If so there's a draw. At the worst case scenario, there's a draw. Here. I was thinking about like maybe making a blockade, because then this will be mate, but he just takes. Don't really have anything after that. What else could we do? I can go down here, but then that doesn't seem too bad. But Actually, let me see. Because this. What's he do next? What's he do after that? Because then I'm threatening mate. Oh, maybe he just goes back one. Because this space got created. Alright, so after I figured out that, I mean, this is a potential draw. I keep that in my back pocket. But I think there's something better. And Almighty says Queen F6. That's okay. But then Rook can just move, right? So then if we can't solve this problem, then maybe even this. But then he could take. And then you don't threaten me anymore. So the answer is I like this because it's so subtle. I usually miss the subtle ones, but this one is very satisfying. So it's Queen C7. Because if the bishop takes, that's mate. If bishop can go back, doesn't matter. Then it's checkmate. He can go here. But then we got a nice little smother mate. So we go here. This is protected by this. The king can't take. Rook takes. And then you got checkmate. And I think that's all the options. Here, if he takes, it's mate. But yeah, these are the 3 puzzles. Let me see Almighty, see what else you got. Queen F6, yeah. So we addressed that one. But yeah, so this is 3 puzzles. Let me know how you did. And that is it for this video. Bye.